I achieved a major goal of mine, and that was attending an artist alley at a convention or some kind of fair. I had a ton of fun, and I wanted to kind of summarize my thoughts and everything I've learned and what I'm going to do for next time, because I've solidified it in my mind. This was a great experience and I want to do it more. Here's my little badge I got to keep, which is super fun. I attended Anime Wonder, got to show off the new t-shirt. This was my uniform day one. My husband and I were both sporting this bad boy. A tax write-off if I've ever seen one. I got to booth with a friend of mine. We kind of collaborated together. So I'll show some footage of my booth and how it turned out. Some of it is mixed in with my friend Sarah, or Twilight Laneru on YouTube and Instagram. I will post her socials so you can check her out. I'm going to talk about how it went, what I sold, what I'd like to do differently next time, and what I learned from other artists. I posted a video a while back talking about my process preparing the booth and everything I was going to be selling. I spent a lot of time designing merch, and specifically figurines, prints, and stickers, things like this. I tried a bunch of different layouts trying to figure out the best way to hang things and display things. And then when I got there, I basically just redesigned the whole thing over again. There is a lot I would like to change about the booth layout itself. If someone is able to touch or interact with a product, they're much more likely to buy it. So my strategy of having stickers and earrings and all of those things like up on the display, I think made people kind of afraid to touch them or interact with them. So I want to modify next time, have a more interactive display where people can pick up the stickers, pick up earrings. I also had a moving display that was supposed to kind of showcase my art and animations, because that was my entire intention going to this event. It was I wanted to direct people towards my YouTube channel, towards my cartoons that I work on, my original animations. So I mostly was hoping to kind of direct traffic towards my YouTube channel. The display kept freezing, kept crashing, so that was a huge bummer, and that's something I definitely need to have sorted out by next time. When the iPad or the animation display was working, it definitely drew people in. I got a lot of eyes on it, and that was really exciting for me to kind of talk about my work in the real world. I got a lot of youngsters who were very enthralled, which was always really gratifying because, you know, that just warms my heart. So what sold at the event? So I have a ton of stickers. Stickers are really popular. I'm working on some more currently, so you'll have to tell me what you think. I'm working on some fan art pieces since that was really popular at the event. Lots of fan art. I didn't have a whole lot of fan art because I focused mainly on original works, but that's something I would like to add to my booth in order to kind of draw people in and then maybe funnel people into my original works. A lot of fun things. Earrings. These are my little cardamom earrings for my Ziri and the Wizard show. Super, super fun. Like I said, these were kind of pinned up out of the way and people were kind of afraid to touch them, but I feel like if people were able to kind of pick them up, jostle them around a little bit, then would maybe would have gotten a little bit more interest. But I had these available, which were super fun, and I'll be adding these to my shop too. Everything that I'll be showing is also on my website at lexadaisy.com. So these were available. This kind of segues into my next thing, packaging. I would like to come up with a better way to packaging some of these products, like these earrings. They kept like falling off the little tags that I put them on. So I'm gonna do some research and think about maybe some plastic sleeve or something it can go into. The people were picking them up, they were just falling right off, and that was embarrassing. I was like, oh no! There were so many artists there that had really professional, beautiful setups, and all of their packages were like heat sealed, and it was just like, wow, I was really feeling like an amateur. So I'm gonna work on some more packaging options for things like these. Also, along with the packaging note, if people are getting stickers or, you know, something really small, a lot of people had like little gift baggies to kind of send them in, and which is a really easy way to kind of add your socials. So I have like some little social media cutouts and things like that. So I'd also like to invest in some little giveaway bags, something like this, to kind of write a little note and put my socials in, so that when someone buys something, so then you have a little gift baggie to kind of give out, and maybe when they get home they might check out your socials or something like that. So that's something I would like to kind of invest in for next time. Packaging really seems like a good thing to invest in. At first I was kind of trying to get by maybe doing some recycled things, or, you know, having some mismatched bags, but I just don't think that's gonna work for next time. The gacha machine was very popular. Everyone had a gacha machine, and I'm looking into getting another one, a smaller one, for maybe like stickers or something like that. That would be super fun. It's just really interactive. A lot of interest with, again, the youngsters. A lot of kids were at my table, kind of checking things out. Definitely draws the eye, and it's just fun to get a silly little guy. My most popular sold item was this guy right here. Slow down, buckaroo. Froggy Cowboy was very, very popular. My next most popular item, which I actually sold out of because I wasn't expecting to make a whole lot of sales because it was after Halloween, and I consider this a seasonal print. But this actually, my little witchy kitty, sold quite well. I had to make some more for day 2, which was really exciting. My favorite thing that I sold was, of course, a Zirian the Wizard figurine. Someone has a Zirian the Wizard out in the world right now, and that just really makes my heart happy. Someone took him home, and you could too. Again, available at my shop at lixadaisy.com. This was my biggest sale, and also the sale that just like set me to the moon. I was so happy that someone resonated with my original character in a host of, you know, thousands and thousands of characters that are recognizable and beloved. Someone took home something new. Someone took a chance on Zirian. Oh man, and he's hand painted with love and care, and someone took him home. And you know, wherever you are, if you have your Zirian, take good care of him. He's very well cared for here.
Let me out! Let me out! Force field of pain!
So that was an absolute highlight of my night. Zirian wasn't the only figurine that was there. There was actually a lot of interest in my figurines, just because I think they're, you know, they're handmade, they're hand done, they're not mass produced. I also had this cute little gummy bear girl on display. No one took her home yet, so I've still got some stock in. If you're interested, you can check it out. This is my most complex figurine. I haven't even showed her yet because she's been in the works for so long. This is my candy girl. She's kind of part of a little series I've been working on. What's the best way to show her? She's part of my Candy Girl series, so she goes with Gummy Bear Girl. But yeah, definitely a complex print with a lot of different colors to work on. So some items didn't sell as well as I expected, but that's kind of part of this learning process and kind of learning what the audience is. And I think every show might have a little bit of a different expectation. My biggest takeaways from the event, especially when it comes to booth layout, I talked about how I had to kind of redesign everything, and I want things to be more interactive moving forward. Pricing also needs to be very clear. Other artists' tables, they had a very clear gridded system. Everything was super organized, printed out. They had like pre-printed signs that had pricing items, deals, things like this. And that's something that I would like to replicate moving forward. I'm gonna be printing out pricing instead of doing, I did hand done price signs, and there was kind of a lot of them. I don't think it was very clear where you were supposed to look. I'm gonna be redesigning my booth so you can kind of follow if you want to see that journey, and see how it kind of evolves over time. There was a couple of things that were a little bit challenging for me. I am very introverted, total homebody. I don't really tend to go out into the world very often. So if you're going to do this tabling or an artist alley, be prepared to talk about yourself, about your work, about cartoons, about anime. Get ready. I was definitely a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but it was really good. I ended up having a lot of great conversations with a lot of really cool people. I met people with a lot of the same interests. I actually saw some people cosplaying as my favorite obsession right now, Deltarune. I saw Chris Deltarune. I saw Noelle Deltarune. Chris Deltarune! They both just looked so cute. Put myself out there, got my art out there. You know, that was fun. Another thing I learned, you don't need to bring every single item that you own. I've been keeping my stock in like a bin, like a big bulky bin, and that was really hard to sort through when someone did buy a sticker. I saw some artists there that had like a binder of their stickers, so they were able to really easily flip through, select one, hand it out, and it was a lot faster of a process. So I'm gonna probably be mimicking that here from here on. Another thing that's super great to kind of get your art out there or maybe get people interested in the booth is having a couple of freebies, something that, you know, maybe doesn't cost too much to produce that you can just kind of hand out maybe with every order. What I was doing is I was giving away one of these Ziri and the Wizard prints with every order. So I would kind of put this as an insert maybe with one of the little goodie bags that I was handing out. And I invested in a Lexa Daisy stamp earlier, so my socials were on the back. Another thing that was absolutely huge, I got these Ziri and the Wizard QR codes, which this goes directly to my original series playlist. This was huge. People love QR codes. They're really fast and easy. You put one of these in one of those little goodie bags and, you know, maybe people will check it out later. Like I said, this was kind of the goal of me going out into the world and doing these artist alleys. I want to get my art out there. I also want to send people to my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk straight with you for a sec. Logistics of the monies. So, getting a table at this event was expensive. Okay, I'm gonna say that. It was about $250 to table at this event, and that is considered high. I was talking to some of the other artists and they were like, it was expensive to get in here. You know, it's tougher to make your money back, right? So that cuts into your potential profits. The question of the day, did I make my money back? No. So I made about $80 at this event, which, you know, puts me at a net negative, something to kind of keep in mind as you're just kind of getting your footing. The chances are you're going to lose some money here. As you're getting your footing and you're just starting off going to these events, you got to keep into account all of your business fees, the cost to table, the materials to table, your products to manufacture. All of those things kind of cut into your bottom line, and you have to kind of potentially make up that cost over several instances of trying to get out there and sell things. I know that there's events that are free, so you could check those out if you're going to start small. It's not the money you lost, but the friends you made along the way, and also there's a Zirian out there in the world. I did get a chance to walk around a little bit. What I got at Anime WonderCon. What is it called? What I got at Anime Wonder. I have my Polly Pocket bag that has my Spoils of War. Let's see. I haven't actually looked at this since I got back to the event, so I've just been like stockpiling things. This beautiful handmade owl costume, handmade owl mask, super intricate and beautiful, came up to my booth and they were like, I know what you need, and handed me this. They sit together. You know, and they have tea, and, you know, they gab about the latest hot goss in the forest.
Oh, hello.
So yeah, they sit together. That's nice. So this was from the Trinket Trader Owl that I met at Anime Wonder. Super, super nice, super cool. Here's kind of an example of, you know, the packaging people were doing. People had little goodie bags. I picked up this little nifty sticker from Hasbin Hotel, because I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, from the artist who's actually stationed right next to me. And you can see it came in this little goodie bag with a business card in it, actually. So here's the business card. Nifty is my favorite character from the show, so I had to pick up a little Nifty sticker. Here are socials. They were really, really nice. I had a super great time getting to know them and talking to them and talking about their experiences. I even got some more goodies. Just because we're buds now. The gang's all here. The artist right next to me also had a little gotcha machine, and I got this cute little Shrinky Dink keychain. So I'll show everything all together. But yeah, super, super smart. I printed it, cut it on the Shrinky Dink, and then, you know, you Shrinky Dink it, and then made little keychains, which is super, super fun. That makes me want to do something like that. So all the same artist. Shaw. The other artist on my left side, super professional, clean. She had a really great brand identity, and it was pretty clear she's done this sort of thing before. She had a perfectly organized system. This is their business card and socials. This was actually from the Deltarune cosplay. This is their socials. Super, super cute business card. Really nice quality print, actually. I'm totally following on Instagram now. So here's another example of someone doing kind of some self-promo, also with a QR. This is a really great example of how to be clever with your freebies. This person's business card is really, really cute. It's got the socials in there and it kind of looks like an Instagram post, but it's also a sticker. I don't want to peel it all the way off yet because I want to save it, but that little cute little bunny peels off and you can use it as a sticker. Super great way to kind of make sure people hang on to that business card and maybe, you know, it sticks around a little bit longer. It's definitely working for me. Wednesday Addams sticker, our links. This has got it. This person put a QR code on the back of their sticker. That's smart. They had a Pokemon gacha machine, and I love Pokemon gachas. So I picked up, I don't even know what this is yet, but I just like had to spend $1 on whatever is inside this mystery ball. That packaging is not Pokemon. That is notably not Pokemon. Well, now I'm nervous. This better be a Pokemon. Better be a Pokemon inside this Pokeball. Really, really like that it came in like a Pokeball gacha. That's a little bit of detail. I have one Pokemon gacha that I use, and like the ball was just like generic blue. And I was like, missed opportunity, honestly, but not here. The only thing that was missed was this weird Easter rabbit. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain as long as there's a Pokemon in here. I mean, come on! I choose you! That is just so cute. I just want like a whole bunch of gacha machine things like this. How does it open? Okay, here's the real test. How does it... It'd be cool if it like snapped open like that, but what is happening? It's like they're like both opening. I want to know which Pokemon it is! Maybe this is the reason they don't usually do Pokeballs. Because it's like 3 separate pieces. Come on, man! No, I'm glad I didn't do this at the above. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, for a second I thought I got duped. I was like, this isn't even a Pokeball. So there's like a black gasket. Yeah, okay, so it comes apart like this. And then it snaps together. Make Pokeball gacha machines that are a little easier to open, but that's cool. That's going on my shelf. That's going on my shelf. That's cool. Am I like looking at this wrong? Who is that? You can't even like okay, I feel like the camera is getting this just about as good as I am. Who is this? This is terrible. Hate. I don't like that one at all. It's got a little butthole. What is that? I think that's supposed to be a Makuhita. Memories of a failed Nuzlocke flash in my brain with this freaking guy being my only hope. And a little sand slash. Little sand shrew. Little baby sand shrew. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not a butthole, okay, it's probably just where it snapped off the plastic. Yeah, not great. I'm gonna go ahead and say, not great. But you know, I mean, it came with 2, and it came with this. Yeah. I mean, this is bad, but I'll keep the sand shrew, okay? Maybe I'll keep the sand shrew. You know, maybe I'll just put it right back in that Pokeball and pretend that I didn't have such a disappointing pull. That's okay. That's okay. That's the luck of it sometimes. That's the luck of it. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes your Pokeball that looks really cool on the outside isn't very cool on the inside. Alright, on my shelf. Anyways, that is everything from my experience at Anime Wonder. Overall, I had a lot of fun, and I hope to do it again. If you enjoyed this little behind-the-scenes look, make sure to comment and subscribe, let me know, and maybe I'll make some more of these sorts of things. I also make original animations. Check out my Ziri and the Wizard cartoon. I also make fan animations. I'm practicing animation all the time, so if you like that sort of thing, definitely check me out. And yeah, follow my socials. Leave a nice comment. Let me know what you'd like to see. If you're planning on joining an artist alley anytime soon, what you've learned, you know, start a little community here. Thanks so much for watching.